All right.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome back. To us recapping episode 8 of Survivor Syracuse Heroes Villains. I'm Sabrina. If everyone else would like to introduce themselves.
I'm Mike. You see me every week, though.
Nahnsan season 2.
And I'm Molly LaPesca. I played on season 1 and season 3.
Amazing. Well, crazy episode, a lot going on. We got 2 votes. So I guess let's just dive in, right? So I guess let's just start with like what's happening before this challenge. So Holly just got voted off. She got blindsided with the idol in her pocket. Everyone's a little shook. Some people are kind of surprised. Some people thought it was going to be Austin. Some people thought it just like was not going to be Holly, period. And like a lot of people are just talking about the vote, right? And we see Cass is talking to Jack, which is like interesting at the beginning of the episode, considering they haven't really been on the same team. So we see Jack reaching out to Cass. So what do we make out of that?
I mean, it's like first time we get to see Cassidy play without Holly, and like I love it. And it's a great idea for both of them if both of them make it through. Obviously, Cass didn't, but if they both had made it to the merge, it would have been a good relationship. It definitely, like, Cass needed people, and it's just another number for Jack to have in case, because eventually in the end game, you're going to have to go against your friends. So it's a good side person to have. Just be like, hey.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a really good move on Jack's part because Holly and Cassidy were such a duo that I think when Holly went home, to me, it's like Cass is a number. Who wants to pick her up as a number? Like, just bring her into the fold. She didn't have a ton of people right now. So I thought it was really smart on Jack's part to reach out, even though they weren't on the same tribe. I thought it could have helped out in the long run.
Same, yeah. Smart move by Jack. He was on it early. He's been going hard this season, so.
Yeah, Jack has certainly just been like playing the hardest he can. We see this, I feel like, every week. And it'll be interesting to see what happens after our hiatus. But yeah, so, still like kind of coming off of that vote, we see heroes still seem to be like stuck in their ways, as Jake Niebuhr said in the episode. So going into the merge, like, is this what we're going to be expecting? Like, do we expect to see this, like this whole hero strong type of mentality? Or do you think we'll see something get switched up?
I think we'll see something get switched up just because, I don't know, I feel like maybe Austin might switch sides just because he might be, just because he won. And so, the heroes might be looking after him. But I think someone on the villains might try to entice a hero sooner or later.
I'm thinking if you're, because the heroes were the ones who were predominantly, I think, driving that in the beginning of the season. Yeah. But now when you look at the numbers, like, they kind of don't have that real estate to be able to be like, no, we're keeping it this way. Like, if they have less numbers than the villains now. So they really don't have any way to be like, we have to stick together, or we're going to stick together no matter what, because then it's just 6-4. You're going to go home 10-9-8-7.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. I don't know. I'd like to see the heroes break up, but there's just certain people that seem more hesitant than others. So I'm curious to see how that will work out, because people like Derek really seem like ride or dies, but with the numbers now, like, how does that work out?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. As Jake says, loyalty Derek. We see, but yeah, I mean, it'll be very interesting to see. And then the last bit, I guess, before we get into the challenge and its results, we see Owen completes the Exile puzzle when he was in Exile last week. And he believes that the idol is in the Heroes versus Villains logo that is sent in all of the emails that the cast got. So what did you guys think about, like, I guess just like the whole Exile situation in general, seeing Owen be the person selected to go there?
I love that. I loved it.
I thought it made a lot of sense how the Wally tribe got dissolved.
Yeah, Exile was definitely a twist.
I was very I was surprised because that was like my puzzle, and I tried doing it before, and it took me I had to take a break on it. And I went back to it the next day, and he did it in, what was it, 35 minutes?
Yeah, 35.
Was it 35 or was the count 35? I don't know. I wasn't there.
I think Luke said 35 minutes to complete this, and we did it.
Yeah, that wasn't a regular puzzle.
So I love those wooden puzzles personally. I do them all the time. Whenever I go home for Christmas and stuff, it's what my family does. So I thought that was really fun to watch because they're tricky. You don't.
They look
really deceiving, those wooden puzzles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the logo idol. So, that's so fun.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, definitely brave of him to just go out there and just do it.
Yeah, definitely. What? Sorry, was some.
Oh no, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say definitely really cool to see kind of a switch up like that. I mean, in a all returners season, I feel like you gotta expect to see something kind of crazy. I don't know. So yeah, I think definitely a cool place to see it, and definitely something that little to no people would normally be able to see. So kudos to Owen.
That was just a really cool twist. Obvious, but not in everyone's sight, especially with this being a COVID season. You guys are really having to work with weird virtual things being thrown at you all the time. So it's really cool you guys were able to have a virtual idol that was really hidden, but no one was able to find it except for Owen.
Yeah.
Nothing was worse about COVID than those zip ties on the seats. To keep people from
I did see that, and the lecture room.
So inconvenient.
Oh my god, those were annoying. Because from a distance, if you're trying to find a seat, you feel like you can see. I'm holding my coffee. I'm sorry, I can't make a full heart, but anyway, yeah, no, just annoying to find a seat with the zip ties, but whatever, it's all right. Anyway, so going into the challenge, surprise, surprise, they're competing for individual immunity because they're both going to a vote off. Oh my god. So
love a double episode.
Love a double episode. Classic.
Love a double episode.
A lot of love
playing in a double episode.
Yeah, people just love the drama. People love the tea. I mean, who could blame them?
Don't love the boots, but loved everything.
Don't love the boots, love the drama. Exactly. But yeah, so we see Cam win for War Dog, and we see Jack win for Wentworth. So both of these people on their respective teams seem to be in a relatively good spot. So I mean, definitely good for them to have immunity, of course. I mean, when is it not good to have immunity? It's not,
It's a good resume booster.
Exactly, a resume booster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guys, yeah, of course. But I guess besides them, who between these two teams needed this win more?
Well, definitely Eli. even not if you didn't know what happened in the episode, it's still Eli. The answer's Eli because he was just do or die there, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the here, any of them could have the Wentworth, no, the War Dog side, any of them, I would have been I feel all of them kind of felt a little pressure to get it, except for Kat, because Kat is in a really, she's in a secure spot on that side.
For sure. Yeah, Kat's in a great spot over there. Yeah, I mean, on War Dog, I feel of course, Cass probably needed it. Owen was able to compete. Owen probably needed it. I'd say even Austin probably could have used it. But yeah, War Dog, I think definitely the tension of, or the amount of tension for the amount of people. I don't know. The tension spread out. Over on War Dog. I'm sorry, guys. I can't talk, but
a lot of people could definitely use it. I was surprised Jack won because it looked like he was walking through it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was walking at the start. how did this happen? Like, I think he like got it first overall too. If I got that right.
He
Yeah.
got it before Cam did.
Jeez, I mean, good for him, but like, what?
He said it was his first time ever being able to go to a vote without having to worry about being voted because he never had a shot, or he had one shot at individual immunity. No, he didn't even get to do immunity during our merge. It was a no challenge week for some reason.
What?
Yeah, our first individual immunity challenge was at 10.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Wow, crazy. Well, good for him. Awesome stuff. But yeah, I mean, we see Cam and Jack win, and now those who are not Cam and Jack are susceptible to the vote. So I guess let's get into War Dog first. So Cass is for sure in the hot seat after Holly's voted out, but in a sense, this could also just be new life in the game for Cass at this time, of course, before the vote. And so we see that, and then we see Owen in the hot seat for being the only villain. He kind of has like this notorious reputation of being a liar. So the huge debate for this week on War Dog was whether to keep Owen or Cass, and they had their reasons. So I guess we're gonna dive into it. So I guess let's go over the pros and cons of keeping them based off of what they said and what we think.
Cass definitely, like, as you said it before, Molly, just like a number. She literally, her duo's gone. Like,
to me, she's not like she's in trouble, but she's just such an easy number for someone to pick up. I'm surprised that someone has.
And the way she plays, she's very, she's not necessarily honest, but like she's very genuine and very good-hearted. So, like, that's a good ally to have because it's going to be harder for them to stab you in the back.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, would have definitely kept Cass instead of Owen.
Yeah, there was like I also would keep Cass instead of Owen in that situation. And like that's like kind of the direction they were leaning in, as we saw, like especially with the vote breakdown. Like they were talking about Cass being more of a loyal player for their alliance. I mean, she was telling them that she's all in, and they took her word because also like where else would Cass go, I guess, at this point. But I mean, I guess if she was still in the game, like she could kind of make more magic with whatever was going on with Jack. So, but I mean, unfortunately, like darn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if just like everyone thought Cass was too likable or something that like no one wanted to pull her in because they thought like she could go win over anyone. But I don't know. Because can someone remind me of the vote breakdown? Did anyone else vote for Cass, or was it just Owen?
Austin threw a vote on Cass because just in case for idle play, I think.
Genius.
From the laptop, of course, in COVID quarantine for him.
Because if Owen wrote down Austin's name, it literally would have saved him. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Because I was kind of surprised Owen decided to go in on Cass.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I was like kind of surprised because I thought he was gunning for Austin, but I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it would have been Derek or Austin over Cass. I don't know why he chose Cass, but also him and Cass, like they played in the same season, so there's already like season 3 like mistrust there because they were never on the same side, I believe. Or
nope.
Nope. I was out at that point, so I don't remember.
No, they were certainly not. Yeah, no, for sure. Certainly not on the same side as one who I guess was there for it. And I guess, they never were able to do that. I mean, this could have been a great opportunity, but hey, it happens. When you're in the game, you're in the game. And
sometimes people just get on their vendettas and they're like, we got rid of Holly, we got to get rid of the duo. And that's all to it. Maybe it wasn't the best strategic move, but it got them one step closer to the end. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. So we see Cass, who's someone that could be really good to keep in the game. Owen, on the other hand, they say that he's more of a wild card, which I definitely agree with, because he could serve as like a good bridge to the villains for the heroes. But at the same time, it's definitely a riskier move. I mean, a couple of them were saying that they would be more upset if like they kept Owen and then he flipped on them. Like it's like one thing if they kept Cass and like she flipped, it's like okay, like they went with like the safer option. But like if you keep Owen and then he flips, they would just be a lot more mad. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that reasoning?
I think that's very valid reasoning.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Like if you're expecting to be bit by the snake and you go hang out with the snake, you blamed yourself for it. But if you go cuddle a teddy bear and it turns out to be a snake, then that's very confusing. You'd be upset.
Fair.
That's a great way to put it.
Oh, we love similes and metaphors and all of that. Here in recap.
Real creative.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Yeah. There we go.
Always so well spoken. Absolutely.
I don't think so. I always had to like record everything 8 times. I don't think I had one single vote read where I actually read the vote and like didn't trip over. So I'll take it. Thanks. But I'm not sure it's my reputation.
Well, you're still well spoken, so but yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's like it's an interesting week on War Dog. We see a lot going on. People are kind of like starting to solidify their relationships. So we see the Cam, Kat, and Austin trio kind of start to emerge. Like the 3 of them are feeling good together. So like relationships like that, I guess, going into the merge. We see, and then Owen, of course, still. You know, he had just played the idol pretty recently that Jack gave him. He's on this team with all heroes. And he's so set on voting out Austin despite receiving the clue from him. So I guess let's discuss what's going on there. So I guess if you were in Owen's position, how would you interpret that? Like receiving a clue from someone that you kind of weren't really like talking to. And like, I don't know, how would you take that?
I personally would probably show, I don't know, I think that I would show more
gratitude.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'd form a relationship with that person definitely more easily. But I think it's the type of player that Owen is that like you can like do something to help him and he'll gratefully accept it, but it doesn't like get you any grace with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also think that just because Austin already won, maybe he's just like Austin's not a threat to him potentially, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely show some gratitude to Austin for that.
And it never like he didn't get anything from it because he got Jack's idol.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was something.
True, definitely something. But yeah, so I guess that's all the War Dog tea, of course. Or I get for now, I guess. I don't know. But let's move on to Wentworth. So as we know, Eli is inevitably in trouble on this team. You know, there's a possible life in the game for him after Hannah was put on to Team Wentworth from the dissolve. So I guess who seemed the most willing to like flip on Hannah like when she was pulled over within like this Wentworth team, or like who would be most willing? Like who would be most willing to try to work with Eli in this situation?
Abby.
Yeah,
Abby.
Yeah.
Abby really wanted to keep you. She said it herself. She was like, I'm so comfortable that I'm not going home yet. I'm so stressed because I'm trying to save Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy to see them be a Hannah versus Eli vote again for a second season.
Yeah,
That
for
was a crazy
sure.
parallel. I loved that editing.
As Hannah Dolan said, that's original.
That has to be the most iconic moment in like our show's history at the moment because that was so fun to watch again.
Oh man, love those flashbacks.
Hannah
See,
makes
that's
such
like
good
the fun.
TV.
Sorry, what?
Hannah makes such good TV. I love her on the show. Love her in person. Love her overall.
So fun to watch for sure. Yeah, it's like hard to like pick out what to use and stuff. But yeah, we see this situation again. We kind of see all of that coming back, all of the season 2 drama. Like it's so interesting because also on this team, I mean, yeah, you have like the 3 original, what is it, Maroon 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Nahnsan, do you have any special insight to this little trio after being a part of that team?
I guess I definitely thought Abby would try to find a way to maybe keep Eli in, but I guess, yeah, sometimes that's how it goes. But I guess I'm waiting for her because I know Jack's saying he's been paranoid. So I'm just, interested to see when she might flip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we'll also see how paranoid Jack is as we go on deeper into the game. But yeah, I mean, only time will tell. Besides the vote, we also see something else going on. So Jack, Gabby, and Jake go to look for the idol, and they find it. And Jake is the one who possesses it, which leaves Gabby very mad because she asked them to go with her. And we see that whole rampage, which is, I think,
I didn't get a good job on that one.
Shout out to.
See, I have some questions because I think I girl boss cracked the code for Jake, and I don't think Gabby did. I'm pretty sure I told him to go to this auditorium. So I have some questions about the editing there.
I don't know. I was not on that team, so
I was definitely texting Jake to go to Schaefer Auditorium.
Schaefer Auditorium. What it was in? Wait, it was
it not Schaefer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Schaefer.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
How else would I have made up this story if I can't give you that detail?
I guess, Molly, what's your perspective on this?
It's true.
But it was a good idol hunt overall. I think it's always really tricky when people go searching for idols together. Because I always think it's so funny. Then Jake's like, oh, I'm so mad that they saw me find the idol. And I'm like, okay, then don't go look with people. Like, you went into the situation knowing that. Like, what else did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
I will say, though, like, in College Survivor, nice to have a friend solely for the fact that you don't, like, it's so embarrassing looking for an idol. It is so.
Yeah.
Like you are just in the weirdest spots like that people don't stand and people see you there because everyone's always around. So
because you're also like digging for it too. Like you're like doing an active search and like you just can't help but to think like, what am I doing right now?
You're at your most vulnerable in Survivor. You're at your most vulnerable in the real world. It's like it's heinous.
Yeah, it's cray. It's absolutely cray.
My strategy of searching during like busy times of campuses, like post tailgates or something, so that I'd be able to like blend in with the crowd, or like if I was doing something weird, people would be like, "Oh, that's just like a drunk girl over there." Like whatever, tailgate day. But
so
I never
smart.
found an idol, so it didn't work out too well.
Oh, totally doing that.
Pretty fair. Yeah. Good tactic for
Really
sure.
Good one.
But yeah, idol hunting, always a doozy. But if you find it,
another idol in the game. It's a little not like a regular idol though. It's exciting. There's another advantage in the game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There is. Well, when we get to Exile.
Okay, mixing things up. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, I think we also saw Jack saying something like he didn't want to be the one to hold the idol, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Made
Yeah,
sense.
I
I
guess.
understand where he was coming from, though, kind of.
Like in the target sense, I guess, considering he
Yeah.
had the first one and like you don't know how many people know that he was the one that gave Owen the idol. I guess like just not being in possession of it would like maybe be like, oh, like this is just he's an idol magnet. Like, I don't know. Maybe that type of thing. I don't know.
I think it was
So-
also just they were looking in a group and he didn't want everyone to know he had the idol because it's automatically not secret.
He was already in that position.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely good for managing your threat level
Mhm.
because like you can't make it to the end if people are just like target like he has to go. And also it's just as good having the knowledge of where the idol is because you can then plan votes around it. Sometimes it's okay to just not have it, but to know where it is just as good.
Definitely. But knowledge is power. What can I say?
Knowledge is power, yeah.
Knowledge is power. But that's not disadvantage though.
Thank God it's not.
Get it
Thank
twisted.
Thank God. Season 41 reference. But anyway, so Jake's idol advantage type of thing. Let's talk about that. So I believe, Mike, it was the
See the split.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Which,
it's sorry, you go.
Oh no, you continue.
Oh no, I'm just because like I like know how this advantage works, but it's like I think it's like if you play it, like everyone has to show who they voted for, right?
Yes, I originally thought it was like that Jake gets to just read the votes himself, and I was like, that's not really that much of an advantage. But but to actually like people have to announce their vote, it kind of is like it's interesting to see. Like I if depending on what kind of voting dynamic is happening, like it could be the least helpful thing in the season. But if it's like a really like voting block type of season, then like that helps.
Definitely. Like it's a lot better, or I guess it's definitely easier to like see where those lines are, and just like see where people are at, I guess. Like know where you have to put more work in. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd say it's a really interesting post-merge advantage just because people have to really like draw their lines in the sand and like your jury management is all thrown off if you have to like tell the person to their face. You can't like pretend it was you and let them come to terms with the fact that you voted for them. You are doing it right there and now. If you hurt their feelings, that's what's happening and that's going to stick in that jury member's head. So I think it could be interesting for that reason.
For sure. Yeah.
I think we should bring it back. Maybe we should consider.
I mean, like maybe I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do. I don't know. I don't know. I'm playing with my silly little programs. Whatever y'all think is best.
Silly little Adobe Premiere.
Really little Adobe Premiere. Of course. But yeah. I guess with all that tea, it all kind of comes to a head at this double vote, right? So we see War Dog go first. So we see the Heroes Alliance decides to keep Cass. And then as we talked about before, the one vote from Austin on Cass for just in case of an idol, yada yada. Otherwise, like, you know, they're all together. And we see Owen play that logo idol where everyone just erupts. It's crazy. Like no one can believe it. Like it was right under their noses the entire time.
Love logo idol.
Love the logo.
Live love logo idol.
Live love, yeah. For sure. Put that on like one of those little boards. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he like makes this huge play in front of everyone. He sees that like they were all voting against him because like that he definitely needed that idol. And so now he's left there. Cass is gone. and Owen has the knowledge that they all wanted him out of the game. So how is this going to play out, I guess, in the upcoming merge?
I think it puts a really big target on his back, which, like, one, kudos to him for doing it back-to-back 2 weeks in a row, but unfortunately for him, since he did do it back-to-back 2 weeks in a row, and everyone was at that tribal, so, like, people just got to, it's huge target for him. But it's got to feel good, though.
Yeah, it was definitely a big move. Great play by Owen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess he'll just have to try to find a way to distract everyone or deflect it onto someone else. Because everybody's definitely going to have all their eyes on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's his, like, second. Ooh, sorry.
No, you go.
Oh, no, you can go first. Don't worry. Sorry. My stuff is, like, really glitchy, so I don't know why it's so glitchy right now, but you can go first.
I just think it's funny to like draw this back to the conversation we're having earlier of like the heroes being like, we're going to be really mad if we keep Cass, and then Owen flips on us, and they essentially decided not to keep Owen, and now Owen has more of a reason than ever to flip on them. Like he has no reason to work with them anymore. So this is like worst case scenario from that perspective.
Oh, totally.
Definitely fun to watch.
So fun. Are you kidding? Yeah. So great. But yeah, I mean, like this is like Owen's second flashy move of the pre-merge, you know? I mean, it's definitely gotten him here.
Yeah.
Because this is the second time he was supposed to be voted out. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see how it plays out. It'll be very interesting to see how Owen navigates with such like a big, like what will probably become a big target. I mean, like 2 idol, but come on.
Yeah, not the first tribal, not the next tribal. Eventually, hopefully he'll win a immunity for his sake.
Yeah. The cat with 9 lives at this point. Yeah. How many more?
Owen and his tricks up his sleeves. It's just crazy. I don't know. We'll see if he has any more eventually, but I don't know.
I hope he does. It's fun to watch.
I was gonna say, I love the underdog.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be very excited to see what goes on there. But yeah, so let's move on to Wentworth. The Hannah Eli showdown once again. You know, the word is out. It's between them. Eli's in the same spot as he was in season 2, like right before the merge, where it's probably in everyone's best interest to, you know, vote him out, which is so unfortunate. Like the same exact spot. Like, oh my God, I felt so bad. I
really felt for him. Really felt for him.
God. Please pour one out for Eli. That
I felt extra bad because I was the first one that in season 2, so I was like, I was hoping he was gonna get there. It was just like, oh, it was so close to make the merge. Well, it was like it was one toilet paper toss away.
Freaking toilet paper. I just wow. I don't know. Eli deserved better, but you know, I mean, it just like shows how much of a threat he was.
It shows how big of a player he was. I had always heard a lot about him, and I've like seen a lot of his gameplay and stuff. And so it really, whenever I sit and like think about Survivor people, he'll come to mind. And then I have to kind of sit and be like, okay, he didn't make a merge. Like what? Yeah. How is that possible? He's so Survivor, and he was always such a huge threat. How is that possible?
Yeah, he was definitely unlucky with that tribe. Yeah, being the only hero on that tribe.
Good for him for being the player that he is, to have this reputation for the time he's there.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess now that they're remaining villains strong, so now we officially see this 4 heroes, 6 villains coming into this merge. Who, I guess, out of both sides would be most likely to flip and maybe work with the others?
Honestly, for the heroes, anyone but Derek, I think. I think all of them would be willing to work with someone else. especially Austin.
Yeah, definitely.
I think for the villains, who'd want to work with Jake's in too good of a spot. Jack, we saw him reach out to Cass, so
yeah, I don't think Jack would hesitate. I think eventually it might get down to Jack and Jake, and so they're gonna end up needing numbers somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I mean, they're both such powerful players. It'll be interesting to see like how that relationship goes throughout.
How long it lasts.
Holly thinks Gabby should flip.
Oh yeah, Gabby should definitely flip too. I think she might actually, because even in the beginning she was saying that she didn't even like her villain's tribe. So
I'm trying to think who she's like most closely aligned with right now.
Yeah, I think they're all going.
Man. Well, it's definitely interesting to see like the villains going in with the majority, considering how the first part of the season went. But before we continue, we have a special guest coming here today, who was famously idled out on Team War Dog. Hello, Cass. Hi. Thank you so much for coming to join us. How are you doing?
I'm good. Sad to have gotten voted out, but I'm happy to be here. This is my first recap show, so I'm really excited.
Yes, season 3 justice. Let's go. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. Oh, here we go. Real quick, a little message from Paul. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. What happened?
I don't know. I really was trying to plead my case so much in this vote, and it was stupid not to try and split the votes in any way. But I think I was like, Owen already played an idol. Like, there's no way. But like, he always has tricks up his sleeve, so I really don't know where that move came from. But yeah, it just came down to the idol, and that was a great move on his part. That was really smart. And I said that to him. I think I texted it to the group chat after. I was like, good for you. Finding an idol in an email, like I could never. So yeah, I just took the 2 votes and I was gone. But that's okay.
Hey, but you pleading your case worked though. You know that.
Yeah, for everyone besides Austin, I'm not really sure. He was like, yeah, she like pled a really good case, and then he was like, Cassidy.
Oh yeah, in his what's it called? And I think he only put it on you in case of
Owen playing an idol.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it would have worked if Owen hadn't played another idol. So that at least like made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, you had him. You know, you had him.
Yeah, I tried so many weeks. We were both like, but it's okay.
Yeah. How was, I guess now that we're talking to you about this, how was that entire, I feel like a rivalry almost between you and Owen, and it's like carried over from season 3, like fresh in season 4. Like, what is tea with that?
It's nothing personal. Like, it's literally just the game. Like, we would both like joke with each other that like we had never played a game where we had both like not lied to each other's faces, because it would either be like me lying to his face or him lying to mine, and we kind of just like were fine with that. So I think it just like was one of those things where he was like teaming up with Carl and writing my name down, so I was like, all right, we get Carl out, you're next. And so then I just kept going because I knew that he was so strong, and he kept lying to me, so I was like, you're gone. But it didn't work.
Oh man.
And there, Cass.
Oh man. Oh yeah. T.
Yeah. Owen lied and then voted me out too.
You know, I think we could all start a club for those who have been personally victimized by Owen's gameplay.
You'd be a surprisingly big club.
But again, nothing personal. He's a great guy.
Yes, Owen's super cool for sure. Yes, but it's so funny to see. Sorry.
Nothing against Owen as a person. He's he's just a villain at heart when it comes to
he's good. He's smart. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a great player. Like, for sure, like, made the moves he needed to make, you know. I mean, unfortunately, of course, for you, Cass, but yeah, I mean, crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Was there, I guess, anything that we didn't like see from the edit that like you really liked about your game? Like any like relationships or whatever that you had within the game?
I think that one thing that wasn't really shown was just like how much I was really working when I had to go to like 6 tribals in a row. Like I feel like I was called out being a coattail rider, and for season 3, I will not argue with you on that one. Like it was my first time playing. Like I did ride those coattails, but I did it pretty well. But this game, I had a lot of time where I was without Holly, and like I really feel like when I was in Team Lolly, like I feel like I really like bumped up the gameplay. I don't know if you could really see it, but I was like trying to so hard to like get Hannah on my side and like get Mitch on my side and everything. So I was proud of that.
Yeah, you did the thing. You did exactly that. I mean, like, awesome. But like 6 tribals. That's
it was. I don't even know how many, but it was a lot.
That is so many.
That's a lot.
It's a month and a half of stress.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, snaps for you for sure. Snaps.
You were my original winner pick for the season.
Really? That's so kind of you, Mike. Oh my gosh.
I thought you were in the best spot coming out of season 3, and like just with all the people, I was like, you were definitely just like set up well, I felt. And then once Lolly happened, like all then the dissolve, I was just like, oh wow, like this path is getting a lot harder for her. I really hope she makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder like what would have happened if I had made merge, but it's okay. We can only dream.
Yeah. I mean,
we had fun anyways, though. It's a fun time.
Really enjoyed watching you play.
Thank you. I enjoyed playing and like getting to know everyone. This was one of the best decisions I made in my college experience.
Oh. Yeah. Love Syrvivor for sure. And speaking of Syrvivor, I guess, what was your favorite part about playing? From either season?
I think just like the friendships that you make, like just like every like even like now, like I still like text like Mitch and like Paul and everybody like about like the episodes and everything, like and like going to Fagan's with a bunch of the like Survivor friends who are over 21, like that. I don't know, that type of experience, even after I got voted out, was like just so much fun. And just like I feel like you don't get to see a lot of that in the edit, but like I genuinely feel like everyone gets along with each other like outside of the game. And that was just so fun to me, like being a part of that community.
Survivor brings people together. I mean, yeah, for sure. Amazing. Do we have any other questions over here?
Or I have one. Would you have allied with Jack, like if you made it to merge with him?
I think probably, and the only reason why is because I feel like I would have allied with Gabby, and he was really closely allied with Gabby, and like I know that his chat with me was just to see what he could get out of me. But like I feel like I would have tried, because I think it would have been funny like to have like me and him like work together, because we are such opposite people. So I think that would have been like funny.
Yeah, it's unexpected. No
one
would see that.
Yeah, definitely a good move for like not being expected. That would have been cool for sure. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else over here?
I'll just go with it. Is there anything you would have done differently throughout your game?
As much as I love Holly, I think just separating myself a lot more from her, and just being like, I'm here for my own game. I know that we had our past things together, but like we are separate, and just trying to like establish that way more from the beginning.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning now?
Who's my winner pick now?
Yeah, who's your winner pick now?
Honestly, Kat. She's been playing an amazing game.
Yeah, she's been undercover.
And she's so self-aware of like all the dynamics that go on and everything. And she's like kind of almost the bridge between like Derek and Austin, and then like, well, it was like Cam and everything. So like, I think that she's killing it.
Yeah.
She's definitely grown the most, I feel, because she played a stick. Branch. What was it?
I love
the
leaf.
and now look at where she's come. She's running the show on the Heroes.
Yeah.
Good for Kat. Yeah, no, she's doing great. Excited to see what happens with her. For sure.
Cass, if you got to pick who would be your next boot, who would go home next?
I think, well, you're probably all thinking that I'm going to say Owen, but just for that, I'm not going to say that. I think that it would have been the smartest thing to get either Austin or Jake out, because I think that they both really slipped under the radar. Yeah. And again, Jake, I know you're watching. It's nothing personal. Don't come for me. It's just because they're both such strong players. Like Jake was the runner-up and Austin won. Like it's almost like how did we let them get this far, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Lydia went home first because she was a winner, and now Austin's here, so
yeah, get the winners out. I mean, merge time. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, going into thank you so much, Cass, for
thank you for having me.
Always a lovely time. I'm so happy that you were able to come on recap. Glad you had a good time, and thanks so much.
Have a good rest of your semester, everyone.
Oh, thanks. If you have any last words, by the way, you're welcome to.
If you're watching this and you haven't played Survivor, play Survivor because it's so much fun.
Oh, nice. There we go. Big screen.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Cass.
Okay. Sick. Love Cass. Unfortunately, we cannot see Eli tonight because he has lost his phone in his room, as I've been told. So he has no clue what is happening. But pouring one out for Eli always, though. But yeah, I guess we kind of went over what to expect.
It does sound like a lie.
It really does, if we're being honest here.
I'm just going off of what I was told.
I've been asking for clarifications on how one loses their phone in their own room for multiple hours.
It's not that hard, honestly.
How long has it been?
I don't know. I'm just going off of what Eli's roommate, who happens to be season 3 and 4, is Kevin Wu, told me. So that's that. But I don't know. Sorry that I can't give you guys Eli tonight. But we already kind of went over a little bit of what to expect going into the merge with the split. But for those of you who watched our post-hiatus teaser, you probably know that someone is coming back into the game. Ooh.
Interesting.
So
what were you gonna say?
Oh, you can go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say I very much I like this kind of Edge of Extinction where it's like one person comes back at the merge and then it's done after that. I like someone coming back, especially because it was an all returning cast. You get one person comes back, third chance. I'm all for it.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
also couldn't agree more. If you're gonna have someone come back, let them join at the merge when everyone is kind of being shuffled around together for the first time. It's not really they kind of have a disadvantage compared to everyone else because they haven't been playing technically. So I think it's a good way to bring back a returner.
Yeah,
Totally.
perfect time. And it's definitely a returner.
Yeah, it's someone who was voted out in the pre-merge. So it could be either let me see if I get this right. Lydia, Kevin, Paul, Jason, Madison, Carl, Mitch, Holly, Cass, or Eli. It could be one of them.
Impressive, Sab. Impressive.
Yeah.
That's right there.
Ingrained into my mind. So out of them, who do you think is most likely to be thrown back into the game? Or who do you want to see?
All depends how we're bringing someone back. If it's going to be like a physical, mental, what kind of challenge, if it's something else altogether with a twist. Like, it all depends how the person gets brought back.
I don't know.
But I'd like to see Carl come back. King Carl.
King Carl, for sure.
I like to see Mitch. That's my guy. I have a feeling it's a villain, though.
I want to see Eli. I want to see him get his chance in the merge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Justice for Eli.
Yeah.
I would be very happy if he got to make it to a merge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tough part about like only one coming back, because it's so hard because you want to see so many of them come back.
It was a good season. A lot of good people.
Yeah, so many people to like root for. Like it's so difficult. But yeah, I also would like to see either Carl, Mitch, or Eli come in. I'd also like to see Kevin go in too. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Honestly, I kind of want to see all of them and how they would like take their shot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think Kevin, Madison, or Lydia coming back would definitely be a game changer.
Oh, definitely.
Lydia would shake things up. That would be so funny to watch. Lydia come in, first boot of the season, winner of her last season. There she is at the merge yet again. That'd be just golden.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think that they'd be so scared of her chaos. I think they would just vote her out. Play again.
Yeah.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
she found plenty of idols during her season. Maybe she just find an idol to save herself.
Yeah.
I think Jason would make it fun too, though.
Jason, yeah, he would make it fun. Another hero back in the game. Our king, Jason Ding, of course. But yeah, I mean, definitely many good picks to go back in. We'll see who goes back in. But yeah, and then just to close this off real quick, let's do some superlatives. So who was the MVP of this chaotic episode, I guess?
Especially after you just called it chaotic. Who was MVP of chaos? Owen.
Yeah, that'll be Owen.
Owen and Jake had big episodes. Jake got an idol and another advantage, and then Owen he completely saved himself. Like, how's it not him?
Yeah, true. Tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else could be MVP.
I would give Austin a nod for that vote. That vote makes me so giddy as like just a Survivor fan.
Just because you knew it like would have saved him if
Yes,
Owen changed his mind.
Yeah.
It didn't actually mean anything in the way the vote worked out, but you're right, it would have.
Yeah.
True. Good job, Austin. But yeah, good vote. I would also even possibly give it to Kat because I feel like Kat just knows everything that's going on. Like even though, I mean, she just knows where everyone's head's at. That's just so impressive, like on that team and like going into the merge, like in that situation. I don't know. So I could give that to her a little bit. I don't know.
I'm waiting for Kat to confront Austin about giving Owen that clue.
Yes, please. Oh, that'd be tea. That would for sure be tea. But yeah,
Cat claws come out.
please, please. And then I guess like LVP, unfortunately. Who's the LVP? Besides, I guess those who were voted out.
Honestly, I don't know if you can have an LVP since they're going into a completely new game now. Like, no one really, I don't think anyone really hurt themselves or shot themselves in the foot this episode.
That's T, actually. Yeah. Good point, Mike.
Yeah, unless Owen's like the MVP and LVP because he's put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's also T and a good point. Yeah, Owen, even though he like made such a flashy move, like that could for sure like great now, you know, you get where you need to go, but now what?
Yeah.
You know? What tricks do you have left up your sleeve? What tricks can you fit up your sleeve? I don't know.
What else can fit up there?
What? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out, but I don't know. I think. Oh, sorry.
And it's in 3 weeks hiatus, 2 weeks hiatus.
Yes, 3 weeks. So we come back on March 10th. But in the meantime, maybe there's like some bonus content or something that like might be coming.
What?
I don't know.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. But yeah.
This is the Easter egg episode. You have to watch this episode of the post show and you'll know what's gonna happen.
I mean, you'll see. I don't know. But yeah. So great recapping. I think we got a good sense of like what we're getting into, you know, post hiatus.
Very excited for the merge and what's ahead.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna, I think, just continue to be chaos. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. I'll give you each a little time to say your piece. So Molly, I will give that to you first.
All right. Thanks for having me on the show. Shout out Survivor Syracuse. Similar to what Cass said earlier, if you haven't been a part of this club, definitely consider joining it. It's a great group of people and full of great times.
For sure. And then here, Nahnsan.
Same. Shout out Survivor Syracuse. Shout out to all the producers and editors for the videos. You guys are doing great. Enjoying the show. Great club. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Sure. And then Mike.
So if you are a student at Syracuse University watching this, keep an eye out for casting for season 8. Not happening this. Actually, February is almost done. Not going to be within a month, but keep an eye out. Follow our socials at Survivor Syracuse on Twitter and Instagram.
Word. Yeah. Thank you for watching the post show or recap show as always. Whether you're watching live or not, or if you're just watching the episodes, thank you. But yeah, if you're a student at Syracuse, definitely keep an eye out for casting of season 8. And keep your eye out for the next coming episodes of Survivor Syracuse. Sorry for the wait, but we promise it will be worth it. And yeah, so thanks guys again. This was a great show. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye, world.
Goodbye.